No, one mic here, there put, and one mic here.
So, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna would say that was a very small Hare Krishna. I'm very delighted to be with you again. Maybe Krishna Maharaj can bring his... What is this? Yes. Thank you. His magical screwdriver. This is not very cooperative, this microphone. Now, I would like to start, well, maybe I close the session like this because devotees are still arriving, and what I wish to say is, I think, of interest for everyone. By the way, this is Krishna Murari. He can fix everything, including our hearts. Hare Krishna. So, Hare Krishna Maharaj, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Please join me. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vistaya Utale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Svāmī Nitinamine. Please, bigger sound. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Askatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please let us all chant again. Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare. One more time, please, all of us. Hare Hare Krishna Hare as we are all settling in. Yes, very good. Please allow me to say something about the nature of retreats. I should have said it yesterday, but I felt it was a little getting dark and perhaps cold for some of us, and we would be a little, not ready to take in such a point. Bhuijam Prabhu and convinced me, so we are now on the same page here, that our movement at the needs an experience of Krishna consciousness. It means the individual devotees require perhaps more of an experience than more philosophy. We all are philosophically convinced that we are soul and that we are part of Krishna, and we read regularly or irregularly in Prabhupada's books. We hear lectures, but a lot of knowledge with little experience can be dangerous, because the knowledge only is alive and not theoretically, not a construction. The moment you have spiritual experience, this is very, very important. Experience is the soul of knowledge. If you only have theoretical knowledge, but you have never seen in your life how this is true, there will be the times when either your old karmas catch up with you and make you act in a way that you thought was not possible any longer, or doubts haunt you, or the very natural obstacles in spiritual life come. If you have only theoretical knowledge, it will, let me speak a little colloquial English, fly out the window. It will not stay with you. But if you have pratyaksha, that is direct perception of this knowledge, pratyaksha gamang, Krishna speaks about Krishna consciousness in the, is it the 9th canto? Yes, in the beginning. Then, whatever life brings to you, whatever your mood swings bring to you, some of us are more susceptible to these mood swings than others. It does not matter, because you do not believe any longer in Krishna consciousness, you know. There's a huge difference between a belief, some sort of faith, and a direct conviction based on experience. So we, Bhuijam Prabhu by that time had already built up an educational institute called the Vrindavana Institute for Higher Education. It has been successfully copied in a good way copied all over the world. Our movement has integrated the concept of educating our devotees in the Shastras. But one day he came to me and he said, what do you think? You always come to Vrindavan since years and you just lock yourself away and you chant. You are a man of trying to make an experience. What if we combine together and start these Govardhan retreats? And because he's my friend and I respect his opinion and his vision greatly, I unwillingly said yes. Unwillingly, because what can you teach in 1 week? Nothing much. How much can you bring devotees to an experience? How much can this change your life for the better? I was doubtful that it can, but I saw from the enthusiastic response that it was really it was really doing something wonderful. What really convinced me was something that at the same time moved me to tears. When His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, another good friend, was in his last days with us, he listened regularly to the audio recordings of the Govardhan retreat. And I did not feel to ask him why, but I heard from others that he felt this gave him what he felt was necessary to leave the body in Krishna consciousness. We Bhujan Prabhu, me, felt extremely honored, and we asked ourselves, well, we are not that, at least I am not that advanced. But then I understood that something of the divine atmosphere, which is all around here, something of the prayers, something of the tapasya, something of the hopes of millions of people who have gone in this area, must have found its way into these presentations, and therefore had empowered them. So, yes, we are now in our, please correct me, Prashanta, you will know, is it the 20th year or 25? Jagatarini, Mataji will know, 25, my God, and I'm still alive. Yes, so we are doing this a result of our efforts. We feel Prabhupada was pleased and Giriraj was pleased, and you see all of this now, although Burijan Prabhu and much less me are not known as constructors or extremely practical people, but we got the help of Vrindavan Vinod and others, and now you see something like a retreat center has come up, and you are coming and giving us the pleasure of your association. But looking at you from the balcony where I live, looking at you in the way I look at people, it's very curious always. I feel it would help you and me as well to give you 3 guidelines for your successful retreat. See, this is different from a festival. This is absolutely different from a seminar. It is different from lectures that are put together to elevate us. A personal retreat means really to move away from our ordinary life, that what we usually do and even think, and enter into what psychology knows as the liminal zone. A simple word could be not yet, or an in-between zone. In other words, the old life falls away, or in the sense that it is put on hold, you could say parked in time, parked on the parking place of time. There's my old life, what I usually do and think. And the new discoveries are not yet known. I don't know what will come, what will be given to me in this time, what I will experience, what will boost up my conviction. I'm on retreat, that means I'm in an in-between zone. A well-known speaker in this world has, in my mind, given the best analogy. We are in the waiting room of God. You know, when you visit a good doctor, I'm speaking of a good doctor who is interested to help, who's known to be skillful, who's a good doctor. When you visit him and you sit in the waiting room, you do not really know yet what is your disease. It could be, God forbade, cancer or something very serious. You only came into his waiting room because you knew there's something you need to correct in the body. There's something, the improvement in health is required. You don't have a diagnosis as of yet, nor do you have a treatment plan. You're sitting there and you are quite, let us say, in English you say on the edge, no? Du bist ein bisschen zappelig. That is what the German way is to express. I will shoot a few German words on you because they are very beautiful and clear. I'm joking. What will come? You are in betwixt and in between your normal life and what the doctor will diagnose, tell you, and what is how this affects your life. So to go into the waiting room of God, that is what happens on retreat. You consciously leave your ordinary activities behind. You try to minimize distraction. Burijan gave you a humorous suggestion yesterday. You know, you see no evil, you speak no evil, you hear no evil, and there was something fourth. I couldn't catch it. Anyway, something. And you are now exploring your future prospect. That is what you could do to improve yourself. This is, by the way, the idea behind the Alone with Krishna session, which you had this morning. I assume so. I was very, very troubled with my stomach, and I'm happy that I'm with you now. But there was Alone with Krishna this morning, no? What did you do? Yeah, you spent time by Giriraj? Did you understand the idea? It was not about chanting and reading like you always do. It was about trying to make contact with Krishna. No? Chanting and reading you do everywhere. For that you don't have to come here. It was about going to a very sacred space where you where you tried to make contact. As one philosopher would say, the higher connection. You try to enter the higher connection. And your chanting and reading, yes, that's how you do it. But behind the chanting and reading is, or praying, perhaps. Did you do a little puja also? Yes. How did that feel when you addressed Giriraj? Maybe, oops, is he really there? I mean, what are we doing here? You were brought into an in-betwixt and in-between state, and you have to know when you go in this state, what is your GPS? What you're doing, where you're going, what way you take. So in this retreat also, if you only follow all the guidelines which you will obtain, all the lectures, that is already very good. Let's not be too demanding. But you have to do that in a certain mood. Everything, both material and spiritual, is dependent on the consciousness in which you enter. Prabhupada in a lecture gave an example of the prostitutes in Calcutta. They take a morning bath in the Ganga after another exhausting night of their, I don't know if it's what it is, a wild night in their profession. They go there. They don't go there necessarily to become purified in consciousness. They just want to wash off the whatever it is. I'm not so expert from their body to become clean. So their benefit is different than the pilgrim who goes there, who prays to Ganga, Ganga cha jamuna chaiva gaudava risarasvatim, etc., who respectfully enters the water and then takes 2 handfuls of water to offer back to Ganga and prays, and then respectfully dives under the water. Total different result, same activity, but because of the difference in consciousness, it's a total, entirely different result. So when you go on retreat, my dear everyone, please think about your spiritual life. Think about your present relationship, yes, connection with Krishna. What I mean is not Staibhava. I mean, where do you stand in your relationship to Krishna? What is going on for you? Who is he for you? What would you like your relationship to become? And as you enter like this into the retreat, and not like, oh, this is another ISKCON program, we have heard about it. And we also, then we can say, I made it, I was in one holy name retreat. No, there's much more to be gotten. Today I heard from one of our retreatees, very nice devotee. He's already perhaps here for the 108th time. I mean, he's from the beginning with us. And he said, please tell the devotees what they can get here, what is their opportunity, what is a retreat, what is the liminal space, the in-between state, and so on. He came to me. He goes every morning. He's from the United States of America. However united they are, but that's how it's called, this country. And he has come from far away, and he doesn't even want to waste a moment. He's before Mangal Artik already in the hill. And this time he proudly revealed to me how Giriraj treated him. A monkey peed on him urinated on him, which is, I mean, I don't want to smell his clothes now. Most probably it's washed already. But the pilgrim can see, oh, Giriraj is telling me something. And whatever Giriraj might be telling, that is known to the individual devotees. I don't wish to speculate on it. So, my dear devotees, this is a unique opportunity. This stay could mean that for you, that at the end of your life, or that very soon, you get a taste of prema bhakti. No. It could mean that you go back to Godhead at the end of life. If you enter the retreat in your consciousness. Remember Prabhupada's sentence? Everything, material and spiritual, depends on the state of your consciousness. So you need to wind up your consciousness. Look what I have here for you. It's an old wristwatch. And what I need to do is not to carry it just around. I need to know what this bottom here is for, this one. It's for winding up the wristwatch. There is a spring inside. It's about this long. I saw it when there was surgery done on this wristwatch by the clockmaker. And by making this movement, I'm curling this spring. This is, when it's out of the wristwatch, it's this long, and bringing it into a state where it has the ability to move these, is it called hands? These hands, no? So if I forget, which happens quite often due to old age, to wind this thing up, it does not move. Although it looks like a wristwatch, it can't indicate to me this amazing phenomena called time. It can't do that. So in the same way, my dear devotees, I request you to wind up your consciousness. It's not a festival. It's not a party with my friends. It's not checking out what I heard about the retreat. This is between you and who? Krishna. You know already everything. Yes, between you and Krishna. And the highly advanced devotee who practices already since more than 50 years and is on his deathbed and remembers Govardhan retreat, or the just new bhakta who just comes, who, oh, how is this? What do they serve for breakfast? You know, both in their own right and in their own way, when they utilize this time next to Giriraj properly, they will make extraordinary. Means it's out of the ordinary. It's not ordinary. Extra means out of it. Another word would out of the box experiences. Huh? What do you think? Hari Bol, what does this mean? I mean, I should chant Hare Krishna, no? Hari Bol. I know what you wanted to say. Thank you. My dear devotees, please think about this. Please remember this little foolish example or analogy. You need to wind up your consciousness so that it can serve you to go through this retreat and make extraordinary spiritual experiences. Some of you have done already, but each time they are first comers and so on. They do. So we will have a very brief kirtan, and then I will give my first lecture on the holy name. I will try to be concise. We can sing this melody by just trying to catch the melody, which is probably what we need to do if we don't know it. But we can sing this melody also, or this mantra, in an entirely different, out-of-the-box kirtan. What we can do is, we can turn to the Lord and say, "You are an undiscovered, delightful beauty. I yet don't know you fully, but I know that if I sing your name with affectionate respect, one day you will rise in my heart like the sun in the morning. Please, please accept me." Let us sing something like that.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
One more time, please.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
everybody please.
Hare
One more time, please, all of us, with your heart. Sing, sing, sing.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
I want to extend a warm welcome to all of you who now listen to this lecture. It is a short lecture and it will make a few very subtle points, so you will have to be alert. I will talk in known words to you to explain something you might not yet know. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All of us, please.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
My dear devotees, we Gaudiya Vaishnavas have a very interesting conviction. When Krishna, this is what we are holding as sacred, left this world, it was plunged into darkness. However, seeing that the conditioned souls would lack their direction due to the deep ignorance which would cover them, the Lord manifested a representative form. It's called a pratinidhi rupa by Jiva Goswami, that would stand in the world in his stead. He is gone, but his representative form is in there. This form is the Srimad Bhagavatam, literary incarnation of the Lord, who sheds light on the path of the conditioned soul. Now, each scripture, including the Bhagavatam, if it is a bona fide Shastra, which is a ray from the transcendental world falling into this world, a non-material thing, follows a few rules. Baladev Vidyabhushana says 6. And one of these is important for our Holy Name retreat. It's a unique statement by which this Shastra does not only repeat what you can find elsewhere, but it makes some new point that is absolutely required for the understanding of the conditioned soul. The Bhagavatam starts with questions by saints who have gathered in the forest of Naimisharanya at the outset, the very beginning of Kali Yuga, and they intend to do a yagya, which is 1,000 years, by which they want to satisfy the Lord and his devotees. Why do they? Well, they want to satisfy the Lord and his devotees, but what is in their mind is dark times are coming. Horrible times are coming. Burijan Prabhu opened yesterday with a few quotations from the 12th canto, what Kali Yuga is about. We have to do something to counteract the influences. Otherwise, everyone flies out of the window or is gone. There's no chance for them. Sorry. And they condense their questions in, I believe it was 6 questions. One of them is, and that drives the whole conversation, what is the absolute and ultimate good for the people in general? So one of the answers, which is given right at the beginning and repeated multiple times in each canto actually, has to do with Krishna's most merciful incarnation, in which he can be contacted day in and day out. If you are in a pure state of consciousness, or if you just have done something that you don't even want others to know. Whatever, it is the absolute, means for all, and also ultimate, the last treasure, the best treasure in the Lord's treasure house. It's the holy name. This is the verse. I will chant it for you. Apana sangsritim goram.
Apana samsritim goram.
Yannama vivasho grinan.
Yannama vivaso grinan.
tato sadyo vimuccheta
Sadyo vimuccheta
yat bibeti svayam vayam.
yad vibheti svayam vayam.
And the English which I have here, I can't read from here. Can someone read Go Krishna, you have a microphone, so read slowly and in your best London English that everyone understands.
Living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified.
So this is what he says, what is very unusual. Materially entangled living beings can immediately be freed by even unconsciously chanting Lord Krishna's holy name. But didn't you just say that everything material and spiritual is dependent on one's consciousness? And here it says even unconscious chanting of Lord Krishna gives this result. We must listen now very carefully because this is a very subtle point. If you can catch it, wonderful. If you can't catch it, there will be other opportunities. This is a hint that is pointing towards Ajamil's story, who received the most amazing result by chanting unconsciously. You remember, Ajamil had lived a life of sin. At the end of his life, I heard he was 85 years old. He anxiously called out for his young son, who was 5 years old, and who played without understanding that his father was in terrible fear of dying. He played by the side of his deathbed. And not thinking of anything spiritual, of anything religious even, of anything Krishna conscious, Ajamil called out the name, which happened to be a name of God. He called out, Narayan. Yes, Narayan, yes, Narayan. Now, at the beginning of the holy name retreats in ISKCON, it was something new, and whatever is new, people like it and people don't like it. There's always. And then it is tested over time, and when it is making it, when more people like it than those who dislike it, it becomes established as one of the things an institution holds high. But at the beginning, one prominent Svāmī, very learned, he said, "You Sacīnandana Svāmī, you with your holy name retreats, you got it all wrong. See this verse. We can chant unconsciously. We will get free from our entanglements. See this verse. What do you say?" And I answered at that time not so elaborately because, he was much older, much more advanced. He is much more advanced. Maharaj, I'm a little different, No need to argue about this. At that time, I missed a subtlety in which Shastra teaches. It's a certain logic. When this medicine works with a strong when you have a strong upset stomach, how much more will it work when you have a mild upset story? It's called the Komutya logic, the logic of how much more, you know. If I don't know a classical example at the moment. It is, if this is true, then how much more is it true when it is done in bigger proportion? No. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur shows us in a convincing way how the Srimad Bhagavatam uses this logic. If he, the Ajamil, with his unconscious chanting, reached this high result, how much more will you reach when you chant consciously? These are Vishwanath Chakravarti's points from the 6th canto, 2nd chapter, verse number 49. We have it for you. So, Ajamil, you can follow along if you have good eyes, or otherwise just hear without. Ajamil chanted the holy name of the Lord Hari at the time of death. Only one time. He had chanted, I heard, in the beginning of his life, but for a long time not. Yet he received the mercy. Now, then what would happen if you chant throughout your life, not just at the time of death? Do you follow the logic? It doesn't say chant one time when you die, finished. It says if one time chanting at the moment of death already brings such a result, wow, how much it will be done when you chant throughout your life and not just at the time of death. Vishwanath Thakur's second point. Ajamil chanted to call his son, not the Lord, and received the Lord's mercy. Now, what would be the effect if you called upon the Lord directly? Do you follow this? The third, Ajamil chanted the Lord's name having performed many sinful activities. He was a sinner throughout his life, you know, at least after a certain period. Now, then just imagine what transformation would occur if one follows the 4 regulative principle and refrained from sinful activity and then chanted. He was a sinner. What if you chant without being a sinner? How wonderful. 4th point. Ajamil chanted Narayan without faith. What will happen if you chant with faith? My dear devotees, if you like this type of reasoning for your own conviction, you can go to Prahlad Nrsimha, who is the man of the computer here, and we can share this liberally with you, with all of you. You don't have to pay even 1 rupee, but it's very valuable, very valuable. Now you may ask yourself the question, if the holy name is so powerful, and if I can chant it, and I can have these extraordinary results of actually meeting the Lord. Why is that? Why can we say this? And I want to say the easiest way I found it explained was in one article by Giriraj Maharaj. He had said, actually there are 2 Krishnas, not one. and one of him is more merciful. There's Krishna in his Swarup, its original spiritual form with limbs, with lotus toes, and toes, yes. But then there is also Krishna in his name form, Nam Rupa. And both of them are in some ways, are identical. But as long as our vision is covered with the material energy, material body, with material eyes, and most important, a materially thinking mind and heart, we can't tell this. We can't see this. This point, my dear devotees, I know it's a little theoretical. We are soon over. Stay with me. It is good for you. Is made actually by Narada Muni. He says, mantra murtim amurtikam. He who has no material form comes mantra murtim in the form of the mantra. He who is amurtikam means without material form. He's not, Krishna's form is not material, like made of the five gross and 3 subtle elements. But still, although he has no material form, amurtikam, the Lord who has no material form, still mantra murti, he is fully there in the mantra, or as the mantra. It's even wrong to say Krishna is in the mantra. Prabhupada objected to this when he said, show me where in the mantra is Krishna. Is he in the, indicating, is he down, at the bottom of the mantra, or maybe up, or left, or right? No, he is the mantra. Prabhupada explains this. Are you still with me? Yes. Is it too boring? No. Oh. The transcendental form of eternal bliss and knowledge, that is Krishna, can be experienced, yes, by our original spiritual senses, which can be revived. Revived means they can be brought back into life by chanting the holy mantras or transcendental sound representations. My dear devotees, this is, at least for me, the secret I have dedicated my life to find out. It's for me the treasure which I try to find by traveling the 7 oceans and crossing the rivers. It's that understanding that Krishna is Krishna, or Krishna's original form is the holy name. I have not yet found this out. I have not yet realized it. All what I have realized is when I chant, I feel there are states in which my consciousness is freed from the normal Sacīnandana Svāmī mind, which is not a nice mind. And I'm just a happy chanter. And I can have concluded this is because of the presence of the Lord, who shines through the thick coverings of material illusion when we chant his holy name. Narada Muni says, from this chanting, he has received transcendental knowledge, spiritual opulences, and ultimately Krishna's intimate service. That all came by chanting the mantra murtim. And this is in the Bhagavatam. It's absolute, it's true. We are very good in time. What do you think about this? Do you believe it? Not just Haribol, Haribol. Now think about this before you say Haribol. That Krishna is there when we say Krishna. Well, it is there as the holy name. You're not so sure, I think. Because how can we say, yes, yes, if we have not experienced? But I want to help you. What helped me is, can you see me? Yes. You're so wrong. How could you ever be so mistaken? This is not me. This is not me. This is not me. Even my feet are not me. I'm inside here. I'm a soul. How do I know? Do I just believe it? No, my dear devotees. I had been for surgery in the hospital in Waldkirchen, German town. And during the surgery, where the doctor made a huge mistake, they talked about golf playing as they were operating, and I knew because I had woken up. They had given me too little anesthesia. Maybe by the spiritual practice, my willpower to be conscious was overruling the doses of anesthesia. I was there and I noticed everything, and they talked about golf playing. Then the doctor made one tongue. Said, I do like this tongue, and he had forgotten that he had a scalpel, a knife in the. And he cut one very important artery. I was already open. It was not minimal invasion surgery. It was open the boy, open the belly, and he went like, and all of a sudden, golf playing, all of a sudden the blood came like anything, and there was panic in the room, and I was in terrible panic also. And then, by Krishna's mercy, I separated from the body and was free from pain. I was around. And then my normal curiosity got the better half of me. I wanted to see if the devotee who had promised to pray for me in the waiting room was actually praying or sleeping, like the usual devotees do when there's no one around, So I willed myself into the waiting room, and I could pass through the walls, and somehow I knew which corridors. I don't know how it happened. I was there, and he was praying, he was praying. So I took note of, he chanted the Brahma Samhita, I took note of the verse he was to tell him later, and then I thought, you have to now be a little bit more serious. You might be dying at this moment. Don't engage yourself with questions of minimal interest. Just go back. I built myself back, and Akandati wants to put my story in the Temple of Vedic Planetarium. The many other things happened, but for the purpose of this lecture, I'm convinced I'm not the body because I had left the body and the brain behind, lying on the surgeon's table, and I had gone into the waiting room to find out certain things. And you are telling the untruth. You said you see me. I'm so disappointed with you. You can't see the real me. I'm trying to speak in an entertaining way. I'm not disappointed with you. So, my dear devotees, this is also with the holy name. We can't see the Lord with these present senses, if we can't already see, if we can't see the soul, and if you, after perhaps 5 years of lectures, you are not the body, still think this man is the body, Hare Krishna, then it's not so easy, so cheap to see these things, that Krishna is Krishna. In 1968, Prabhupada gave an initiation lecture in Seattle. And in that lecture, he said, as soon as you chant Hare Krishna, not there. Yeah, wonderful. It's not there, but I can read it to you. As soon as you chant Hare Krishna, that means Krishna is dancing on your tongue. You should be careful. As you offer so much respect to your spiritual master as soon as he is present, so if Krishna is present on your tongue, how much careful you should be. You should always know that Krishna is there. This is what he says at the initiation. Let's turn this into a practice. Same melody. We will now chant Hare Krishna. So we are hearing that in an invisible form, Krishna is present there. Srila Prabhupada says, even dancing on your tongue. And he says, you should always know that Krishna is there. So my request to you is, be present as you chant and know I am here with you. The I here is Krishna. Be present and know that I am by your side. Be present and know that I'm right here with you. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare, Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Be present. Be present.
Hare
And
Rama,
know
Hare
I'm there
Rama,
by your side.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yes, everyone. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And one last time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here's our general summary of this presentation. General summary. If Ajamil attained all good fortune by calling his son who was by his side, how much more will we attain when we chant in the consciousness that Krishna is right by our side? For those who are interested in philosophy or our scriptures, now a more detailed summary so that you can read it again in your own reading time. It's not much. There is a purport 6 to 49, I repeat, 6 to 49, where Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur shows us in a very convincing way about the powers of conscious chanting, no? What it will do. Another point was Narada Muni's statement of mantra murtim amurtikam, the Lord who has no form appears in the holy as the holy name. You can find this quotation in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 5th chapter, 38 verse. I repeat, 1:5:38.
Then we heard Prabhupada's initiation lecture, where he said how careful we should be, knowing that Krishna is present. That was October 20, 1968 in Seattle. Seattle is in America. No, October 20, 1968 in Seattle. It spells like seed, you know, the town where they sell seeds, perhaps. No? So, and from this we extracted a practice which is easy. Be present and know I am here with you. Today someone gave me a painting, and if you wish to write down this powerful sentence, you know, and apply it in your chanting, I'm putting it here for some time. Maybe I put it here, then you can look at. Be present and know that I'm here with you. No? Isn't that wonderful? Or is it that I find this very extraordinary, no? God is by our side. I mean, that's not a small thing. Hallelujah. That's big. Amen. You don't laugh about my awkward jokes, so I will not joke. I don't feel encouraged to make foolish jokes. Any questions? Well-considered questions. You seem to be sure that your question is good. Yes.
Thank you.
We have microphone for... Well, keep on speaking. I will repeat it until the microphone is ready.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for sharing this amazing realization. And my question is, you said that Ajamil chanted unconsciously, and he addressed someone else besides the Lord, and he also chanted without faith and so on. But he also had an advantage that he chanted without offense, and he also chanted with helplessness, with a sense of helplessness, which we, unfortunately, at least myself, don't have. So I do commit a lot of offenses, and I'm not really so helpless or depending on the holy name, which is also the disadvantage. So how do I address that?
If it is all right, I will talk about these 2 points in the upcoming lecture. I don't know when the lecture comes, I mean, at the moment, but I know there is a second lecture, and these are my 2 subjects. I want to give you a very powerful way to give up offenses. It's a very wonderful approach taken by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He brings this out in Harinam Chintamani, but we have we make it very clear and very tasteful, and it's an adventure to live a life where you take on the defenses. Offenses is don't do this, and defenses don't do this, do this, do this, do this, and there will be. It's a approach. It's Bhaktivinoda Thakur's approach, and also I wish to talk about helplessness, which is really the basis of humility. The Sanskrit word is dainya, feeling oneself wretched or in need of help. And this will go together in the next class. So I saw one other devotee was raising a hand. Yes, we have microphone for you. Please pass the microphone on.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you Maharaj for this wonderful realization. Maharaj, please forgive me if my question seems stupid or...
No. There's no stupid question.
Like Maharaj, I am in management service, so it becomes very difficult to remain with Krishna while chanting, to remain with holy name. Means here I can feel the effect, but again and again the fear comes that when we go to our place, because it happened like since 2 years I am attending this holy name retreats. When I go to my place, even I try to apply, but after some time the effect goes down, and I tried still. So how to...
I would recommend that in your service you find a day, perhaps you make it every Ekadasi or so, where you remove yourself a little bit from what you usually do and dedicate it exclusively for spiritual practices like chanting and reading in the scriptures. Even if a whole day is too much, you might choose half a day. No? Too much in the sense that you have so much urgent service. I want to tell you about one devotee in Germany. She is a criminal officer. She is often called to be as a bodyguard of politicians who have to be mindful of assassinators and so on. She knows how to kill very effectively, and she said, since I'm a devotee, I only shoot in the meniscus of the criminal to bring him down. I don't shoot any longer at the heart to kill. You know, she's is trained in the art of protecting, really, a real Kshatriya lady. And she once told me that in her career, you know, in her area of service, so to say, where she has to do with the ugliest of crime, you know, serial murders and so on. Crimes that don't even make it into the newspaper because they're just too shocking and will put too much fear in the normal reader. She says, if I don't have a time out of this, where don't deal, we will get crazy. She said there are a few colleagues had committed suicide because it's just too much to deal with. I mean, if you deal with the abysses of what human psychology is, you want to just close your room and sleep for Muchukunda sleep. You know, it is there are things which the public eye doesn't reach there, but it is there. So she said they lost so many colleagues who couldn't deal with this amount of undigested violence which they saw, that it's compulsory now for them to have a month out. These are the ones who you never see, they never are in uniform. They are the heavy ones, you know, the real one. And in the same way, my dear devotee, when we deal in Kali Yuga with the challenges which management brings, you know, that comes into our mind and makes us restless, and and it's difficult even for us in our spiritual practices. If we don't have time out as managers, things can get closer to our heart and closer to our mind. There are now many people who have not dealt responsibly with the social media, and the first thing they get, and they suffer from anxiety. The first thing they do in the morning is check their WhatsApp messages, even before toothbrushing, because they are so engaged with these subjects that they don't have time to sit down and to what to speak of, to lead a normal life. This is what Kali Yuga will do. It will more and more stress. And managers who do this amazing service, this necessary service, which I think will endear them very much to Prabhupada. We need these devotees. They should be given the understanding by the rest of the devotees that they sometimes have a time out. And I think that's a very practical thing. And you might even do it not in your office where all the computers are and where all the distractions are. You might even put your mobile phone, you might send a message, I'm at the moment in bliss, get back to me later, and unavailable, in total bliss, something like this. I think this is necessary. Try it out, and next year we might see you again, and then I will think further about it, because I have the same situation. My situation is I'm not managing, but oh my God, preaching is becoming so much, every hour is planned almost when I'm in action. And then I also I'm struggling with this and need to find solutions for this. Good. Yes, here is Mataji. Do you have a real question, or is it an attention-seeking attempt? I'm a Hare Krishna devotee. I know these things. So it is a real question. Good.
I hope this is not attention-seeking knowledge. Thank you so much for such a wonderful lecture. And my question is, I want to understand more of Nam Prabhu that you explained. You say Nam Prabhu has toenails and is decorated with peacock feathers. But for me, I feel that, when we read Gopal Guru Mantra, the Srimati Radharani and Krishna, two personalities. So I often struggle to try to see Nam Prabhu as one identity, but Srimati Radharani is also within Krishna. So how do we really understand this?
Well, Radha is always with Krishna. Must be there. Once the divine couple, this is very nice, you will like. Krishna said to Radha, you sometimes go into man, loving rejection. Can't we just one time switch the role that I go into man and you are trying to break my obstinacy to see you? And you try to to break my man. Yes, said Radha, but we can do, but it will be very easy for me to break your man and make you inclined towards me and loving and so on, because you love me so much. Krishna said, we shall see. And he instantly went into man. He instantly went into man. And first Radha tried to, use humor and other things to bring him out. But as the hours passed, she realized this was getting serious. The contact was, the loving union was in danger. So she sent Lalita. Lalita tried. No, it didn't work. They sent 16,000 gopis. Didn't work. And now Krishna's man was already 3 weeks old. 3 weeks. No talk, no communication, no loving glance, no gesture, only rejection. Radha began to cry, and she cried so much that the Yamuna was filling with her tears. She could not stop her crying. The Sakis, her Gopi friends, tried anything and everything. Didn't work. Finally, Yamuna came out of the river and said, Radha, Braj is in danger to be flooded with your tears. Is there anything I can help you? Radha said, make Krishna inclined towards me like before. So Yamunaji had heard about everything already. She thought and then had an idea. She dressed like Krishna. She put this narrow-fitting pants, a skirt, nice colored shacht shirt, turban, peacock feather, and she walked by the sulking Krishna. He walked one time by, no reaction. Krishna didn't see anything. He was just so man. It's called man, loving anger. Yamuna paraded again. Krishna saw a form that was an absolute, my new English word, I'm trying to find it, look-alike. And this looked really like Krishna. And again, the form came by, walking like he is used to walk. The swinging gait like an elephant, charming, casting glances. Our Lord is so attractive. And the sulking Krishna said, who are you? And the Yamuna Krishna, looked as if he had, or she had seen Krishna for the first time. Who are you? You look like me. You are an imposter, no? Krishna, the source of all sources, Ishvara Parama Krishna. Sava Karana Karam, Prabhus, Matajis, take note of this. He was called an imposter. You just dressed up. Krishna said, no, I'm Krishna. I know who I am. Then Yamuna Krishna said, we have heard in Shastra that Krishna is always with Radha. Where's your Radha? Krishna looked at Yamuna Krishna and knew everything at once. Yamuna said, she is looking for you. The only treasure you have in your life, you have carelessly put her away. You must go back now. Krishna immediately got up. He was now in a different mood. His mood was broken. And he went to Radha, and then Yamuna gave a very beautiful. The divine couple was back. This is one little pastime, and Yamuna decorated them with lotus flowers. Yeah. So you are right. Krishna is always with Radha. I hope it's not a concept for you only. There's always with Krishna. It's the Radha Bhaktas claim Radha is more present in the Hare Krishna mantra than Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 8 times the name of Radha. This is their vision. Krishna. Good, my dear devotees, I will now, oh my God, not much, only 7.5 minutes over time. That's permissible in India. I thank you very much for kindly attending. Please know that there is now a break for you where you can talk with devotees and so on and so forth. And at 6 o'clock, well, this is not a long break. At 6 o'clock, Kirtan will start here in the Kirtan Hari Kirtan Stali, and it will go up till 8 o'clock. And at 8 o'clock, there is a light dinner in Giriraj Prasadam Dining Hall. Thank you very much, and Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Very good, very good.